Hi, this is Maria from Kindercraze, and today I want to share with you one of my favorite projects for the classroom, stained glass window decorations. I love these because they're perfect for any season, they're simple to do, and they don't require a lot of supplies. All that you really need is a little bit of construction paper, some tissue paper squares, and clear contact paper. To get started, you'll need to make a frame of some sort to hold the project. I want to do kites because spring is coming, so to do that, I don't need a fancy template. I just need to make a diamond shape to be the kite. I want it to be big so it really makes a bold statement in my windows, so I took a piece of 12 by 18 black construction paper. And to get the proportions just right for the diamond shape, I'm going to use a ruler, and along the non-folded edge, I'm going to measure about 6 inches down from the edge and leave a mark. Then I'm going to just draw a line to connect from the top corner to that 6-inch mark, and then from that same location down to the bottom corner. Then I can take my scissors and go ahead and cut along that line. The next thing I'll need to do, I have a beautiful diamond, but it's not an empty frame to hold the tissue paper. So what I'll need to do is I can use my ruler and draw another line right along the inside, parallel to the existing lines. Just about maybe a 1/2 inch wide. And then I take my scissors again. And I can cut it out. Now I have a black diamond that I can discard or use for some other type of project. And what I really need is the empty frame. Once you have your frame cut out, the next thing you're going to need to do is prepare your contact paper. Fans from the blog ask me a lot of questions about contact paper and how I manage it. And I do all of this prep ahead of time. One of the most frustrating parts of the contact paper is that when people go to cut their sheets of it, because it's in a roll, the edges curl up. It's a very easy fix to solve that problem. I just weigh it down with a tape dispenser and usually my stapler so that while I'm working with it, it's not constantly rolling up. So I can go ahead and add that weight. And now when I cut it, I have a much easier time managing it. Now that my piece is cut, I can go ahead and peel it, and I'll be ready to use it to make my stained glass project. Now that I have my clear contact paper all set, I peel it and I place it sticky side up on my desk or my work surface, and I do all of this for each of my students while they are all away from their desks. I peel all of the contact paper, I put them all sticky side up, and while they're still away from their desks, I take my frame and I set it on the contact paper for them. Really simple to do. Just gently set it down, and I usually take my fingers and run them over it just to make sure there's no ripples or bubbles in it. The next thing that I want to do is really complete the kite shape so that it looks like a kite and not just a diamond. To do that, I'm going to use some pre-cut strips of construction paper. They're about a 1/2 inch wide and 18 inches long. And I just go ahead and I lay them on top of the diamond, and I can just rip off any excess. You won't see the difference when the kite is finished. So one goes up and down and the other goes across. Once this step is complete, the students can come and fill in the spaces of their kite with the tissue paper squares. I always tell the kids to try and fill the entire inside of their kite so that they don't see the table showing through it. They don't need to decorate the outside because it gets trimmed, but if they get a few stray pieces on the outside, I tell them not to worry about it because we do trim it off and have a clean kite when it's all finished. To fill in the kites, I tell my students to use one piece of tissue paper at a time so they're not putting big clumps of it. They're just gently using one piece at a time to fill in the space. As you can see in my pink section, I have a few different colors of pink. I like the contrast of having a few shades of the same color in the space. It makes it look like authentic stained glass. For the blue section, you'll see that once again, I have a few different shades of blue. So I would have a blue section here, a pink section here, another blue section on this side, and then this section over here would also be pink. So after the entire kite is filled in with tissue paper squares, it will look something like this, and it's almost complete. The next thing I need to do is I take a second piece of clear contact paper and I sort of seal in all of the papers so they're not flying stray around the classroom. So to do that, I take my new piece and I set the new piece sticky side up. And then I take the decorated piece and I just sort of gently put it down on top of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just start from the inside and smooth on the way outside. If you get any wrinkles along the way, it's fine because those will also be trimmed off. So just smooth it out the best you can. And then at this point, I have my students take their scissors and do their own trimming. All that they need to do is cut around the edge. And when you're done, you have a beautiful kite that looks like a stained glass window when the sun shines through it, and it's a beautiful decoration to add to your classroom. I'm Maria from Kindercraze. Be sure to stop by kindercraze.com for more great ideas for your classroom.